Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be trapped in your own body, unable to move or swim freely? In the vast waters off the coast of Miami, Florida, a remarkable story unfolded that would touch hearts worldwide. It began on a seemingly ordinary summer morning when a majestic bottlenose dolphin found himself in a life-threatening situation that would require an extraordinary intervention from the most unexpected heroes. The dolphin, later named Survivor by marine biologists, had always been known in these waters for his playful nature and distinctive scarred dorsal fin. But on this particular morning, something was terribly wrong. The once graceful creature could barely stay afloat, his sleek body now encrusted with layers of parasitic barnacles that had slowly accumulated over months, weighing him down and restricting his movement. Through the crystal-clear waters, those who observed him could see the toll these unwanted passengers had taken. The barnacles had spread across his entire body, creating a thick, shell-like armor that was slowly suffocating him. Each movement seemed to cause him pain, and his usually energetic swimming had been reduced to weak, labored strokes that barely kept him above water. Days turned into weeks as local marine enthusiasts watched helplessly as Survivor's condition deteriorated. The barnacles weren't just a cosmetic issue, they were literally dragging him down, making it increasingly difficult for him to surface for air. Marine biologists estimated that the extra weight from the barnacles had increased his body mass by nearly 40%, making every movement an exhausting struggle. Local wildlife authorities had attempted several rescue operations, but Survivor's weakened state made him too vulnerable for traditional capture methods. Time was running out, and those who had grown to care for this magnificent creature feared they were watching his final days. The situation seemed hopeless until fate brought an unexpected savior cruising through these waters. The Aqua Luna, a 300-foot mega yacht owned by tech billionaire Marcus Sterling, wasn't supposed to be in these waters that day. A last-minute course change due to weather conditions had brought the vessel and its expert crew into Survivor's path. Sterling, known for his passion for marine conservation, had equipped his yacht with state-of-the-art marine rescue equipment. The yacht's crew first spotted Survivor during their morning watch. The dolphin's labored movements and obvious distress immediately caught the attention of the ship's marine biologist, Dr. Sarah Hills. Through her expertise, she quickly assessed the severity of the situation and knew they had to act fast if they wanted to save this magnificent creature. The initial challenge was approaching Survivor without causing him additional stress. The yacht's crew had to carefully coordinate their movements, using their smallest auxiliary boat to minimize disturbance in the water. Every second counted, as they could see Survivor's breathing becoming more labored with each passing moment. Dr. Hills assembled a team of 4 experienced crew members, each with specific roles in the rescue operation. They brought specialized tools designed for marine animal rescue, including soft restraints that would allow them to keep Survivor stable while they worked to remove the barnacles. The team knew they had only one chance to get this right. What made this rescue attempt particularly challenging was the fact that they would have to work quickly while keeping Survivor calm and preventing him from panicking. The barnacles had created such a thick layer that removing them would require precise movements and gentle handling to avoid causing any additional harm. As the rescue team prepared their equipment, they noticed something remarkable about Survivor's behavior. Despite his obvious distress, he seemed to sense their intentions to help. Instead of swimming away as dolphins typically would, he remained relatively still, his intelligent eyes watching their every move with what appeared to be a mix of fear and hope. The weather that morning seemed to be cooperating, with calm seas and clear visibility providing ideal conditions for the rescue attempt. The team knew they needed every advantage they could get, as removing barnacles from a live dolphin was a delicate procedure that had rarely been attempted in open water. Sterling himself had come down from the main yacht to observe the operation, bringing with him additional specialized equipment that might prove useful. His presence added an extra layer of support and resources to the rescue effort, though everyone knew that success would ultimately depend on Survivor's cooperation. The team had to work within a narrow window of time, Too long in the water could exhaust survivor further, but rushing the procedure could cause injury. They estimated they had approximately 45 minutes to complete the most critical part of the barnacle removal before they would need to let him rest. In the waters around them, other marine life seemed to sense the gravity of the situation. A small pod of local dolphins had gathered at a distance, their presence adding an almost spiritual dimension to the scene that was about to unfold. Their clicks and whistles created a haunting soundtrack to this desperate rescue attempt. The sun had risen higher in the sky, casting long shadows across the water as the team made their final preparations. They knew that what they were about to attempt had never been done before, at least not under these circumstances and with such high stakes. As they lowered the rescue platform into the water, the team could see survivors' labored breathing becoming more pronounced. Every surface for air seemed to require more effort than the last, and it was clear that without intervention, this magnificent creature wouldn't survive another day. Success would require perfect coordination between team members, each performing their role with precision while maintaining constant awareness of survivors' stress levels. Dr. Hills had developed a series of hand signals to facilitate silent communication during the procedure. The next few hours would determine whether this desperate rescue attempt would become a story of triumph or tragedy. As the team took their positions in the water, they could feel the weight of responsibility on their shoulders. They were quite possibly this dolphin's last hope for survival. The morning air was thick with tension as Dr. Hills gave the signal to begin. What happened next would become one of the most remarkable marine rescue operations ever attempted, and a testament to the extraordinary connection between humans and these intelligent marine mammals. The initial moments of the rescue attempt revealed the true extent of survivors' condition. As Dr. Hills and her team got closer, they discovered that the barnacles had created deep wounds where they attached to his skin. The parasites had penetrated beyond the surface, causing infections that threatened his life. The team's hearts sank as they realized that removing the barnacles would be far more complicated than they had initially thought. The first challenge came when they tried to guide Survivor onto the rescue platform. Despite his weakened state, his natural instinct to avoid human contact made him resist their efforts. Each movement caused obvious pain, and his clicks of distress echoed through the water. The team had to balance their urgency to help with the need to keep him calm. Dr. Hills noticed something particularly concerning. Survivor's breathing pattern had become increasingly erratic. The weight of the barnacles was affecting his ability to surface properly for air, and the team could see him struggling more with each breath. Time was running out faster than they had anticipated, and they needed to act quickly. The barnacles had spread in a pattern the team had never seen before. They formed thick clusters around his fins and tail, severely limiting his mobility. What made the situation even more dire was the discovery of young barnacles beginning to colonize near his blowhole. If left unchecked, these new growths could eventually prevent him from breathing altogether. The rescue team faced their first major setback when their initial attempts to remove the barnacles proved ineffective. Their specialized tools weren't designed for such severe cases, and traditional methods risked causing additional harm. Sterling watched from the yacht, quickly realizing they needed to improvise if they wanted to save this magnificent creature. The sun beat down mercilessly as the team worked, adding another layer of complexity to the rescue. They had to regularly rotate team members to prevent exhaustion, but each change in personnel seemed to increase Survivor's anxiety. His trust was fragile, and they couldn't afford to lose it. Dr. Hills made a worrying discovery while examining Survivor's skin beneath one of the larger barnacle clusters. The parasites had created deep pockets of infection that would require immediate treatment. The team now faced a race against time. They needed to remove the barnacles while also preventing the spread of infection. The physical toll on Survivor became increasingly evident as the rescue progressed. His movements grew weaker, and his eyes, usually bright and alert, began to show signs of exhaustion. The team could see him fighting to stay conscious, his survival instinct the only thing keeping him going. Local marine authorities arrived on scene, bringing with them additional supplies and expertise. However, their presence added new complications. The increased activity around Survivor caused him visible distress, and the team had to carefully manage the number of people in the water to avoid overwhelming him. Sterling's yacht provided an unexpected advantage when they discovered specialized lighting equipment used for underwater filming. This allowed them to better see the extent of the barnacle infestation and work more precisely. However, it also revealed just how dire Survivor's situation had become. The removal process was painstakingly slow and dangerous. Each barnacle had to be carefully detached to minimize damage to Survivor's sensitive skin. The team found themselves having to develop new techniques on the spot, as traditional methods proved too risky for his weakened state. A critical moment came when they began working near Survivor's dorsal fin. The concentration of barnacles there was so dense that removing them risked causing significant blood loss. The team had to make difficult decisions about which clusters to tackle first, knowing that each choice could have life or death consequences. The presence of the local dolphin pod added another layer of complexity to the rescue. While their presence seemed to comfort Survivor, their occasional approaches distracted the team and risked disrupting the delicate procedure. Dr. Hills had to assign a team member specifically to monitor their movements. As hours passed, the physical and emotional strain on both Survivor and the rescue team became intense. Every successful removal of a barnacle cluster was celebrated, but each victory was tempered by the discovery of more damage underneath. The team began to wonder if they had found him too late. Sterling's resources proved crucial when they needed to quickly fabricate custom tools for removing the most stubborn barnacles. His yacht's workshop allowed them to modify their equipment on the spot, adapting to each new challenge as it arose. But even with these advantages, success was far from guaranteed. The infections beneath the barnacles presented a growing concern. Dr. Hills worried that even if they succeeded in removing all the parasites, the underlying health issues could still prove fatal. They needed to not only free Survivor from his burden, but also give him a fighting chance at recovery. Weather conditions began to deteriorate as afternoon approached, adding urgency to their efforts. The increasing wave action made their work more difficult and risky. They knew they needed to complete the most critical parts of the rescue before conditions became too dangerous to continue. The team discovered that some of the barnacles had been attached to Survivor for so long that they had become part of his body's structure. Removing these would be particularly traumatic, and Dr. Hills had to make difficult decisions about which ones to tackle and which to leave for potential future treatment. As they worked, they noticed changes in Survivor's behavior that both encouraged and concerned them. While he seemed to understand they were trying to help, his strength was clearly fading. Each time they successfully removed a cluster of barnacles, his relief was visible, but so was his exhaustion. The magnitude of the rescue operation had attracted attention from nearby boats, forcing Sterling's security team to establish a perimeter. The additional noise and activity add to everyone's stress, especially Survivors. The team had to work not only against time and physical challenges, but also the growing circus of onlookers. A breakthrough came when Dr. Hills discovered a natural gap between the barnacle clusters near Survivor's dorsal fin. This space revealed a small patch of healthy skin, giving the team their first real hope. They realized that by working outward from this healthy area, they could minimize trauma while maximizing the effectiveness of their removal efforts. Sterling's engineering team presented an innovative solution, a modified water pressure tool that could help separate the barnacles from Survivor's skin with minimal damage. The device, typically used for delicate underwater maintenance, was quickly adapted for their needs. Initial tests on smaller barnacle clusters showed promising results. Survivor's behavior shifted noticeably as they began using the new technique. His breathing became steadier, and his eye movement tracked the team's actions with renewed interest. It was as if he could sense that something had changed, that they had finally found a way to truly help him. The local dolphin pod's behavior changed too. They moved closer, their clicks and whistles becoming more frequent and directed. Marine biologists on the team noted that their vocalizations matched patterns typically associated with healing and support. The pod's presence seemed to give survivors strength. Dr. Hill's team established a rhythm, working in coordinated shifts to remove barnacle clusters while monitoring survivors' vital signs. The modified pressure tool allowed them to work faster while causing less stress to his already traumatized skin. Each successful removal revealed more of his natural gray coloring. Sterling himself joined the effort, using his engineering background to further refine their tools and techniques. His presence in the water seemed to energize the team, and his quick thinking led to several crucial adaptations to their rescue equipment. The billionaire's hands-on approach inspired everyone to push harder. A major victory came when they successfully cleared the area around survivors' blowhole. The removal of these dangerous growths immediately improved his breathing, and the team could see his energy levels rising. This success gave them renewed hope that they could save him. The afternoon sun highlighted something remarkable. Where barnacles had been removed, survivors' skin showed signs of rapid healing. Dr. Hills theorized that the dolphin's natural healing abilities, previously suppressed by the overwhelming parasite load, were finally able to function properly. The team's confidence grew as they developed a better understanding of which removal techniques worked best. They discovered that certain barnacle clusters could be removed more easily if they first applied a gentle circular motion, loosening the parasite's grip before attempting extraction. Weather conditions, which had threatened to derail the rescue, unexpectedly improved. The seas calmed, providing optimal conditions for the delicate work. It seemed as if nature itself was cooperating with their efforts to save this magnificent creature. The turning point came when they cleared a critical mass of barnacles from survivors' left side. For the first time since the rescue began, he attempted a small spin in the water, a behavior typical of healthy dolphins. The team watched in amazement as he tested his newly regained mobility. Sterling's yacht provided an unexpected advantage when they used its sophisticated sonar system to monitor survivors' heart rate and breathing patterns. The data showed steady improvement in his vital signs as more barnacles were removed, confirming they were on the right track. The local marine authorities, initially skeptical of the unorthodox rescue methods, now fully supported the operation. They provided additional resources and helped maintain a safe perimeter around the rescue site, allowing the team to focus entirely on their delicate work. As they cleared more barnacles, Survivor began showing signs of his natural playful personality. Brief moments of interaction with the rescue team revealed glimpses of the vibrant creature he once was, underneath all the trauma and pain. The most dramatic moment came when they finally cleared the barnacles around his tail fluke. This achievement allowed him to propel himself properly for the first time in months. The joy and relief were palpable as he tested his restored movement capabilities. Time seemed to stand still as they watched Survivor take his first strong swim stroke. The team's exhaustion momentarily forgotten as they witnessed the immediate impact of their efforts. His movements, though still cautious, showed increasing confidence. The remaining barnacles now seemed less daunting as the team had perfected their removal technique. What had once seemed impossible was now clearly achievable. They could see the finish line, and more importantly, so could Survivor. Dr. Hill's expertise proved crucial as they entered the final phase of barnacle removal. She guided the team in prioritizing which clusters to tackle next, ensuring they maintained the momentum of their success while minimizing survivors' discomfort. Sterling's resources had made the impossible possible, but it was the dedication of the entire team that was truly transforming this rescue from a desperate attempt into an emerging success story. Every person involved had played a crucial role. The pod of local dolphins remained nearby, their presence a constant reminder of what was at stake. Their continued interest and support seemed to validate the team's efforts, as if nature itself was acknowledging the importance of their work. The culmination of their efforts arrived as the team removed the last major cluster of barnacles from Survivor's body. His transformation was remarkable, from a creature barely able to swim to one showing increasing signs of vitality. The removal of nearly 200 pounds of barnacles had restored his natural streamlined form, and his movements became increasingly fluid and graceful. Survivor's rehabilitation began immediately, supported by both the rescue team and the local Dolphin pod. His first few minutes of unencumbered swimming were tentative, but each movement grew stronger. Dr. Hills observed with joy as he began displaying natural dolphin behaviors that had been impossible under the weight of the barnacles. The medical treatment phase proved equally successful. The team applied specialized marine-safe antibiotics to the areas where infections had developed. Survivor's natural healing abilities, no longer suppressed by the barnacles, began working efficiently. The wounds started showing immediate signs of improvement. Sterling's yacht transformed into a floating marine hospital, with the crew monitoring Survivor's recovery around the clock. The sophisticated sonar equipment tracked his movements and vital signs, confirming steady improvement. Each hour brought visible progress as he rediscovered his natural agility and speed. The local pod's role in Survivor's recovery proved invaluable. They seemed to instinctively understand his need for social support, taking turns swimming alongside him as he rebuilt his strength. Their presence provided both emotional comfort and physical guidance as he relearned natural dolphin behaviors. Within hours of the final barnacle removal, Survivor attempted his first breach, a small, tentative leap above the water's surface. The entire team cheered at this milestone, recognizing it as a sign of his returning strength and confidence. It was a far cry from his desperate state just hours earlier. Dr. Hills's documentation of the rescue and recovery process would later prove groundbreaking for marine biology. The team's innovative techniques and Sterling's technological contributions established new protocols for treating severe barnacle infestations in marine mammals. Their success would help save countless other marine animals in the future. The most heartwarming moment came when Survivor initiated playful interaction with the rescue team. He began swimming gentle circles around them, occasionally nudging them with his snout, typical friendly dolphin behavior that had been impossible in his previously compromised state. His personality was finally shining through. Sterling's crew worked to compile all the data and footage from the rescue, knowing it would be invaluable for marine conservation efforts. The billionaire himself committed to establishing a foundation focused on developing better responses to marine animal emergencies, inspired by Survivor's story. The transformation in Survivor's eyes was perhaps the most telling sign of his recovery. The dull, pain-filled gaze had been replaced by the bright, intelligent look characteristic of healthy dolphins. His increased energy levels and curiosity about his surroundings showed his spirit had healed alongside his body. Marine biologists were amazed by the speed of Survivor's physical recovery. Areas where barnacles had been removed were already showing signs of healing, and his swimming patterns increasingly matched those of the healthy local pod. His natural resilience, combined with proper care, was producing miraculous results. The local community rallied around Survivor's story, with many boats gathering at a respectful distance to witness his recovery. His journey from near death to vibrant life resonated with everyone who witnessed it. Local news crews documented his progress, spreading hope and awareness about marine conservation. As sunset approached, Survivor demonstrated his restored strength with a series of spectacular breaches. Each leap seemed higher and more confident than the last, his sleek form silhouetted against the orange sky. The sight brought tears to the eyes of many team members who had witnessed his desperate state just hours before. The pod's acceptance of Survivor grew stronger as his health improved. They began including him in their social behaviors, treating him as one of their own. This natural integration was the best possible outcome the team could have hoped for. It meant Survivor would have ongoing support in his natural environment. Sterling's yacht remained in the area for several days, allowing the team to monitor Survivor's progress. They observed him engaging in all normal dolphin behaviors, playing, hunting, and socializing with the pod. Each day brought new signs of his successful return to full health. Dr. Hills's final health assessment exceeded all expectations. Survivor's breathing patterns had normalized, his wounds were healing well, and his behavior matched that of any healthy dolphin. The team's groundbreaking rescue techniques had not only saved his life, but had restored him to full vitality. The impact of Survivor's rescue extended beyond one dolphin's life. Sterling's foundation immediately began developing new rescue equipment based on their experience, while marine biology centers worldwide requested information about their innovative techniques. A new chapter in marine animal rescue had begun. Environmental organizations used Survivor's story to raise awareness about marine conservation and the importance of maintaining clean oceans. His journey became a powerful symbol of resilience and hope, inspiring increased support for marine wildlife protection initiatives. As the monitoring period came to an end, the team prepared to bid farewell to their remarkable patient. Survivor had exceeded every expectation, transforming from a creature on the brink of death to a vibrant, healthy member of his pod. His recovery was nothing short of miraculous. The most beautiful moment came when Survivor made his final approach to the rescue team. He surfaced near their boat, performing a graceful spin as if to say goodbye, before joining his pod with strong, confident strokes. He was finally truly free. The story of Survivor echoes far beyond the waters of Miami, becoming a testament to the extraordinary possibilities when human compassion meets innovation. Through the combined efforts of Sterling's wealth, Dr. Hill's expertise, and the dedication of an entire crew, what began as a desperate rescue transformed into a watershed moment for marine conservation. The impact on marine rescue protocols was immediate and lasting. Sterling's foundation implemented new rescue techniques developed during Survivor's operation, while also funding research into preventing severe barnacle infestations in marine mammals. The success story inspired other wealthy individuals to invest in marine conservation efforts. The local dolphin pod's role in Survivor's recovery highlighted the remarkable social bonds these intelligent creatures form. Marine biologists gained new insights into dolphin behavior and social structures, with Survivor's integration into the pod providing valuable data about their capacity for acceptance and support. Perhaps the most profound legacy of Survivor's rescue was its impact on public awareness. The dramatic transformation from a struggling creature to a thriving dolphin captured hearts worldwide. His story became a powerful symbol of hope and resilience, inspiring increased support for marine conservation efforts. The rescue team members were forever changed by their experience. Dr. Hill's innovative techniques became standard protocol in marine mammal rescue operations, while Sterling's continued support enabled the development of specialized equipment for similar emergencies. Their collaboration proved that when humanity combines resources, expertise, and compassion, seemingly impossible rescues become achievable. The waters off Miami became a symbol of possibility, where a billionaire's yacht, a dedicated rescue team, and a pod of wild dolphins came together to save one of their own. Survivor's regular appearances in these waters, now healthy and playful, serve as a living testament to the power of human intervention when guided by compassion and expertise. Local conservation efforts experienced a surge of support following Survivor's rescue. The community's increased awareness of marine life challenges led to better environmental practices and stronger protection measures for coastal waters. His story continues to inspire new generations of marine conservationists. The monitoring data from Survivor's recovery provided invaluable insights into dolphin healing and rehabilitation. His remarkable journey from near death to full health expanded scientific understanding of dolphin resilience and recovery capabilities, contributing to more effective rescue protocols worldwide. Sterling's yacht became known as more than just a luxury vessel. It became a symbol of hope and conservation. The billionaire's decision to equip his fleet with marine rescue equipment inspired other yacht owners to do the same, creating a network of potential rescue platforms in waters worldwide. As Survivor continues to thrive with his pod, his story reminds us that every creature deserves a chance at life, and that human ingenuity, when coupled with compassion, can overcome seemingly impossible odds. His legacy lives on in every marine rescue operation that benefits from the lessons learned during those crucial hours off the coast of Miami.